Jimmy Carter's funeral was today.
Mhm.
Of course, former President Jimmy Carter, he passed away at the age of 100 shortly after his family said he stayed with us at the ripe old age of 100 so he could make sure to vote for Kamala Harris before he croaked. I don't know. To me, he already looked dead. But he did have his funeral service today at Washington National Cathedral. And I want to talk to you about what it was actually really fascinating to watch, because you had, Donald Trump, you had Obama, you had, Barack Obama. You didn't have Michelle, which we'll get into. You had Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. You had George W. Bush. You had Mike Pence. You had all of these different people. And so I want to play. Let's go ahead and play this clip here, and I'll talk over it here. So you have Al Gore and Mike Pence,
most of them were in the same room,
sitting by each other
at the funeral of George H.W. Bush. President Trump was in office then. One person missing.
Yeah, no, that was not the one that I wanted, but no, it's okay. It's okay. So that one actually was Obama talking to Trump. But let's play. I want to get to that too, but let's go through the entrance. We'll kind of go in chronological order here. Let's go through the entrance of the presidents. So here's Donald Trump. Al Gore rises to shake his hand. Mike Pence rises to shake his hand. And Melania shakes Mike Pence's hand as well. Remember, Mike Pence and Donald Trump, not huge fans of each other. Barack Obama comes in, initially shakes Pence and Gore's hands, but doesn't, and Karen Pence, but doesn't shake hands with Donald Trump. He just sits. Now, I would speculate that they were already back somewhere in the same room, so probably already greeted each other, but they know this is a moment of formality, right? And so he goes and sits next to Donald Trump there without shaking his hand. Donald Trump goes and talks to him, and so they kind of have this moment. It looks friendly to me. I can't wait to hear what your take is, Matt. Does that? I mean, look, Donald Trump's he's smiling. He's leaning in.
He's saying, "Remember when you said those bad things about me and I took your job? Because that's what I did."
It was me. And so then you saw George W. walk in. You saw George W. walk in and kind of walk right past both Trumps, but then kind of smack Obama playfully in the tummy, as George W. would say. And then so it's so crazy to me to watch the dynamic between all of these people. And then, of course, you have, I believe, is that Jill and Joe? No, that's Hillary and, that's Hillary and Bill.
Oh, don't you think that George W. is looking like a woman?
They're snubbing, hold on. They're snubbing. Yes, with the hair. Yeah, for sure. And so the Clintons actually snubbed everyone in their row. They just didn't even look in their direction. They only shook hands with Pence and Al Gore. And you're like, wow, if this was like a Thanksgiving dinner, things would get awkward real quick, don't you think?
Yeah, it's like the like you said, the Thanksgiving where but it's like your family are all Democrats and then the two Trump supporters come in, but it is really peculiar, and I think that when you're in a situation like that, I do think there's that element of respect that people have that, and I always say this is they've seen the intelligence briefs. Right, a lot of them still get the intelligence brief, so they know what's going on in the world, so they are united in that. I mean, it is a very exclusive club, but those dynamics are very peculiar. They're very, very, and the fact that Michelle Obama's not there is even stranger. And I'd love to know what Trump was saying to Obama. That was kind of very interesting.
I agree. So let's get into that. I know we have a clip for this, but I don't want to waste time on it. So Michelle Obama had a schedule conflict because she was finishing up a vacation in Hawaii. So that was, a little more important than going and paying her respects to a former president, apparently. And so with that Obama and Trump conversation, there is a lip reader. This is a forensic lip reader. His name's Jeremy Freeman. I saw this in the Daily Mail. Yeah. And he said that Trump leaned to Obama and said, I can't talk. We have to find a quiet place. Sometimes this is a matter of importance and we need to do this outside so that we can deal with it, certainly today. And then Obama nodded and both men said, right and okay.
What?
I don't know. This is what he said. I don't know. But there was a moment that Obama and Trump were like, he's leaning in and Obama's laughing. I mean, clearly Trump was trying to engage in a friendly type relationship or at least conversation with this guy, which says a lot because remember, Obama spied on Donald Trump's campaign illegally. Like, you have every reason to hate this guy. And instead, he's leaning over and trying to talk to him.
Well, almost every one of those people there backstabbed Donald Trump. I mean, not least his vice president, who I'm looking at him and Mike Pence, who was always the gray man. And I remember a friend of mine, when Pence decided that he was going to run, I'm like, what? He's just not a leader. But that, again, it makes you realize that, like, it's a little club and we are not involved in that little club at all, are we?
No, we're not. I mean, but oh God, to be a fly on the wall and hear whatever conversations were had. And, to be, if there was like a green room where they were all gathered before to just listen in on all the conversations. Cause you can imagine that Hillary is like, ugh, I can't believe that she's there. Or, Melania, ugh, she's too pretty. I don't like it. She doesn't wear pantsuits like I do. Ugh, that's so disgusting. And then I want to play one more here. I want to play the Bidens. Watch this one and tell me what you think, Matt. The Bidens taking their seat next to Kamala and Doug Emhoff. Watch.
Started the year as the would-be Democratic presidential nominee, and we all know what happened after that. Again, you didn't see a particularly warm greeting between the first couple and the second couple, but again, we are at a funeral, so one has to take that into account when trying to read the body language of the individuals there.
Quite an icy reception, I would say.
That was horrendous. And you'd think, by the way, not that I'm one for seating plans, you think that it would have been like, so Jill, Biden, Kamala, Doug, right? Like, not putting the two women next to each other. That was kind of weird, but that was very frosty, wasn't it? Very, very frosty.
Yeah, it was. Well, especially with all the rumors that we've heard that, Kamala and Jill hate each other because, of course, Kamala was part of the coup that pushed Jill's husband out. And so we're like, oh, wow, you could feel the tension in the room. So just really,
I'm like,
really
this
fascinating.
Is great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.